Welcome, guys, to the Possibilities Podcast with myself, Tim, and with Mike and Rob today. And today we're going to be doing a track from 1964. This is The Animals' House of the Rising Sun. So I feel like I know this.
Everyone knows
you
this.
guys?
I think everyone knows this, man. Yeah, no,
excellent.
it's great. But I've never seen the music video. Never seen the music video, so.
Okay, cool. Let's get into this. This was highly recommended on the back of our Unchained Melody track.
Okay.
So, yeah. Let's
go check it out.
This is four guys in a suit, I believe, just on a very basic stage, if I remember the video for this. It's been a long time. Hear it?
5.
There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. And it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. Sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans.
This is iconic, isn't it? And if you haven't heard this before, it's there's not many songs like this, is it? In terms of the sound, and it reminds me of and I could be saying it reminds me of this, and it probably is from it, but it reminds me of like the Kill Bill soundtrack, or something like that.
Yeah, I can see that. I think the uniqueness comes from that kind of synth, or I don't know if it's a synth in the background. There's such a unique tone. I'll call it piano. It's such a keyboard. Such a unique tone on that. And I was thinking to myself as well, like there's not much that they in the music videos of the time. So them, for example, playing, and I love the fact they are just playing because it's authentic, and there's not a lot of engineering that's happening in the background. It's just clear cut. It's just them and the music. And there's not a lot of production either on how they look, apart from the similarities in the suits, which is great. But like they're kind of, there's no fancy AI and all this kind of craziness for the imagery on the video. It's just them playing, and the fact that what they can do and control is they can walk around the studio, and they're doing it. Like that's what they can do. So that's part of the excitement for the video, is the fact that they've walked around playing their instruments. And I think there's something soothing about the simplicity of they're just doing that. I like it.
Do you like an interesting fact about this song? I've just been Googling it.
Yeah.
This was recorded in a single take in 15 minutes. While on tour with Chuck Berry in May 1964, the Animals stepped into Delane Lear Studios in London to record the track. They nailed the entire song in just one take in roughly 15 minutes.
Wow. Well,
Let that sink in. Let that sink in for a sec. Wow.
15, one take.
Crazy.
And the only time not to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun.
God, the steam's going to be coming off that in a minute. He's just like, that's like crazy skills, like he's doing that. Do you know what I noticed as well, which is interesting, is like
Go.
and obviously it's of his time, isn't it? So, but nobody's smiling. I don't know if that's part of
Yeah.
their image or whether maybe that was a thing at the time. Everyone just, I'm not sure, but I think it's probably part of the image, isn't it? That no one smiles. It's just I can't think of another song like it. I
It's
literally can't
very
think of another song
heavily.
like it.
Yeah, no, and it's so rare to have that. Call it bridge if you want, but like usually we expect to have some sort of guitar solo or something, right?
Mm.
And it might come in. To be fair, I can't fully remember listening if it comes in at the end or not. But it's so rare to have like a organ solo. I'm gonna call it an organ now, right? An organ type solo, and it is playing as prolifically as the guy is. Yeah, it's so unique. It's just so unique. It's so unique.
Mm.
I don't believe there's a solo in this. I'm sure it just carries on like this all the way through. Could be
Yeah.
wrong. Been a while since I've heard it, but
And they look young. They look like really young, right?
I
asked them
love
early
music like
20s,
this.
early
I
20s.
love music like this, and would love to do more songs from these decades.
This is exactly the sort of thing I would listen to as well. Like you said, Mike, it's they're timeless things like this, aren't they?
Yeah, good words. These are timeless. Yeah.
Oh, that guy behind's broken character, look. He's smiling.
Yeah, I was just wondering what's happened behind the camera
He's
there.
smiling.
Someone's just fell over.
Move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they've just brought the food tray out or something in the background.
Do you know what as well?
You know what? I'm sitting there tapping on my shin. I'm tapping the ride symbol pattern on my shin as I go along.
That's the other thing about it. They all look so normal. And I know that sounds like a stupid thing, but like you're used to nowadays people being styled and like
This
almost
is what I said.
picked.
This is what I said. Yeah.
They look so normal.
It's because the videos are given on the basis, in my view, that because they could sing and they could play the instruments and they were good, rather than I feel at some point the industry's shifted over the decades into who looks good on camera,
Yes.
rather than I'm not taking away people's voices in modern day music, 'cause obviously it's still there, but back then it wasn't about that. It's just if you can sing, you can sing, and that's it. We're going to release the music, sort of thing. Didn't matter what you looked like on camera.
I think part of it is like you think of this as in 1964. Part of it probably was a transition period in terms of what expectations were culturally from when it switched over from radio to television. Like radio, you could look like whatever because it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But actually, when you started introducing TV, it mattered a lot more how you looked from the the TV companies or marketing or whatever. Which is quite sad because actually you're right. What you really cared about is the voice, isn't it?
Yeah. Although you don't know. I mean, when this come out at the time, you might have had people our age being like, "Oh, just 5 pretty boys on a stage. They can't sing." You don't know what people might have been like back then. This is nothing like the music on the radio is well better. You just don't know what it would have been like.
If anyone is in the comments and have seen them or
Yeah.
of the age, like please let us know. Like back in the 60s, like what's like?
Yeah.
Pass.
Oh,
Hang on,
They
how has
moved
he
this
got
organ.
there?
they moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say like.
That's probably what they were laughing at.
Yeah, it's
I
got to be
love
on
that
there.
guitarist. I love the guitarist breaking and smiling a bit. To be fair, it just
Yeah, that must have been what it is. You've probably had some people picking up the thing as he's trying to play it, and he's laughing at him. Like,
Yeah.
but fair play for the front
there's no
lead singer for not breaking. Then
it didn't break, but there's no like no lack of continuity for the music of the organ at all.
no,
So he
maybe he's on
must have literally
wheels or
been like,
something.
yeah, imagine that. I'd love to
He's
see the
probably on
behind the
wheels.
scenes of that.
that would be so good.
That's
That'd be so
cool.
fun.
Probably just sat on the back.
But even now they thought it through. So even from that vantage, look, they're all in the frame. So
It's actually quite well thought out, to be fair.
Yeah. Sorry.
I wonder if the people
So
who built the set were like, "What? That's it. It's all done now." After all that time building the set, you've done it in one go. Oh, brilliant! Would they have? I don't know if I'm going to foo par here. Would they have been competing with like the Beatles at the time? The Beatles would have been out at this point already, wouldn't they? 64.
60s.
I mean, there's probably inspiration in there, isn't there? It's got to be.
Yeah. I mean, to have any
like
sort of track that becomes well known when you're competing with groups like that would have been a hell of an achievement, sort of thing. Yeah.
I'm just looking now. What does anything?
I mean, to be fair, all of them in the, you know what? You have to have the thumbnail in brown suits and yellow shirts for us now.
Right.
You got to do it.
Yeah. Right. Who introduced this? Was it me?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. We get lost in the music, don't we? We forget what we're doing. But,
yeah.
I love this, and there's so much more like these timeless classics and things like that I'd love to listen to. So keep the recommendations coming. We did this on the back of a recommendation in the comments, like I said earlier. So we do read all the comments. So if you put something in there, we'll definitely try and react to some stuff in there. But if you like this sort of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will catch you on the next one. Thanks.